Hello boys and girls and whoever else may possibly be watching this video. You're all absolutely having a lush day. This is the look we have created for this second YouTube video. I asked on Instagram what sort of looks you wanted to see for the next video and everyone basically said Christmas. I already did like a basic gold red lip. You know the drill. I already did that. So if you want to know how I got this shimmery green, golden bronzy look and hair, keep on watching. I put my hair up, got my cup of tea, so we're ready to go. Hair's up because I've got a habit of doing this and snapping it and twiddling it and touching it, and it's annoying. It's annoying when I watch myself do it. I just think, stop that, stop doing it. So yeah, it's up on top of my head, I can't touch it. So first thing that I always do, Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. Now if you've been around for a while, you already know about this stuff. You will have already known, tested, loved, and never turned back from this stuff. So I literally just put this, I just put it all over the shop. This is like not a foundation, it's not really a primer or a highlighter. It is the perfect combination of the three. Also, my skin is not actually living its best life at the moment, I will say. But we're seeing past that because we've got nails. We're back, we've got lashes, we're back, we've got brows, we're back. Tone to me. This is washing me out so much, I actually look quite bronzed and glowy in that mirror. But in the camera, it's playing me a little bit, I'll be honest. Okay, so Charlotte Tilbury is on. The next thing that we're doing is eyeballs. Because we're using pigments and colours and shimmers, I'm going to do the eyes first so that it doesn't disrupt the skin. So you just want to make sure that there's no edges or lines with your base. So I always like to bring it right out here. As well, a lot of the time I feel like I do buff my eyeshadow and sort of like blend it out a little bit. So that will just help to let all that continue seamlessly. Yeah, the main star of the show for this look is going to be the Clientele palette by Be Perfect and Makeup with Jar. If you don't know about Makeup with Jar, she's incredible. She's incredibly good. First thing that I'm actually starting with, as per usual, is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Dark Tan. I use this in every single look for eyeshadows as a transition shade on myself. So I always like to do very small circular motions. I will always pack the product on first. So you put the product directly where you want it, in the crease. And then as you've got less product on your brush, that's when you want to start sort of bringing it up a little bit higher and blending it out. So I'm gonna slightly blow it out a little bit. This transition just helps for all the eyeshadows applied afterwards to blend into it rather than me going straight in with eyeshadows. This is just a nice alternative, I feel like. Sometimes eyeshadows can be hard to like actually blend in together, I find, especially when you're using colour like greens and stuff. I always like to put sort of like a bronzy background. Bronzy, it still helps to blend it all together. So that's a little tip for you all. First colour I'm going in with from this palette is the shade Sandy and a little bit of Dirty Tan. Dirty Tan is a little bit darker. So with this one I've gone smaller with the brush because this shade is darker. So every time I get darker with colour, I go smaller with brush so that I can be more precise with details. And again, just very tiny circular motions in the socket just to deepen that crease up a little bit. And then again, when I've got less product on my brush, I'm going to start buffing it forward into that brow, sort of straightening it off a little bit underneath the brow. And then you just sort of want to hook it all the way around into your outer crease as well. And then I'm going to go back to the first stage, so the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish and a big brush, and make sure that that is all blended and buffed out properly. So this is the one that I will keep dragging outwards, and then the darker colours I will just keep strictly in the socket. So again, going backwards again. It's a bit of a tedious process, but if you want your makeup to look good, you've got to work for it. You've got to work on the blend, that's what it's all about. What I'm gonna do first is just take this little khaki olive, I can't even think what it's called. Kohl liner. Oh my god, am I right? Kohl liner, Carl, it's Kohl liner. Just on my lash line. And then I'm gonna buff it up. Looks a bit messy right now, but give it a chance. Trust the process. Okay, so that's just acting as a little bit of a base for the lid for the greens that we are gonna go in with now. So the shade that I'm using first is the shade Warrior. So this colour here, so like the perfect olive khaki sort of colour. Brush, tapping off all the excess. I'm literally looking straight forward in a mirror so that I can see exactly where I'm placing my product. So again, I'm just focusing the majority of that product right through my crease. And then as I've got less product in my brush, I'll start to buff it into the bronzy colours. Go back in with the same brush and back in with that dirty tan shade and make sure it's all blended out. Definitely got to have a lot of patience to be able to do smoky sort of like blended coloured eyes, because there's so much back and forth and patience in blending, and people just give it up and be like, I'm not going out, I'm not going out, lashes not sticking, I'm not going out. I'm gonna look like a mint chocolate chip after this. I never even thought this outfit through. Brown chocolate top and green eye. I'm looking like a mint chocolate chip, looking like a snack. So I'm literally gonna do the same thing on the other eyeball right now. Okay, other eye completed. I was like completely finished off one eye and then forget about the other one and can't bother to do the other one then, but I'm trying to keep up the steps bit by bit so that when I get to that point. I'm gonna do is throw on a little bit of shimmer. So I've got a couple here. We're gonna go in with a green shimmer. This one is Peaches and Cream Rattlesnake. This is an essential little piece of kit. Perfect for all shimmers, packing them on your lid. Dispensed a little bit of that on the back of my hand. I'm just going to take it on that fluffy brush. Little bit, tap off the excess. And then just tap it all over my lid where I want that shimmer to be. I'm going to bring it up a little bit as well, just so that it sort of blends into the shadows and it's not just strictly packed on the lid. I want everything to be sort of blended and soft. It's actually such a nice day today. So sunny. Is everyone in the Christmas spirit yet? Is everyone feeling Christmassy and feeling festive? I feel like I'm super sad because I love a Christmas market. I absolutely love a Christmas market every year. And we just can't do it. No hot chocs, no nice pics. Oh, that just go for the pics. I'm just going all over and sort of starting to drag that shimmer upwards, and there's less on my brush. Anyone else absolutely struggle their pants off this year buying presents? I had not one single bit of inspiration in my mind when it came to buying presents this year. Like, I'm one of those people, I buy presents through hints. They will tell me at the beginning of the year, oh, I'm feeling this, I like this, and I'll keep that in there, I'll make a mental note, and I'll buy it for Christmas. Then I know they like it. I can't do that this year, so I've had to use my own creative juices. You get what you're given, basically, this year. You get what you're given, that's that. I'm unsure whether I want to put a little bit of glitter on the very centre of my lid. Will I just take it too far if I do that? Because I often do that. I'll add something and be like, you've ruined it, you're ruining it, You're ruining it. So I think I might leave it actually. Okay, so what I'm gonna do next is do a little brown liner. I literally look like I'm in chocolate chip. Decent. If you struggle with winged liner, this is the best tip ever. Get just a super flat, that one's sort of really old but still works, a really flat brush, and make sure there's like lots of concealer packed on it, and just make sure you grip the very end so it's as thin as possible, and then just go underneath it and clean it all up. It works like a dream, literally. So you can see the difference between voila and voila. This one's just more, so just, oh my god, you can see me in there, hey! Just that chocolate brown colour, just to blend out that liner so it's a little bit more soft and smoky. I'm just going to go do the same on the other eyeball and I'll be back. Hey, the other eyeball is matched up. So let's move on to skin. This is going to be freezing now, but still tasty though. So for skin, obviously I already used the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter today for this look. I'm using these two mixed together. This is the Natural Radiant Longwear, I think it's called, foundation. I don't know why I don't know the name of it because I talk about it every single second of my living life, literally. So I'm mixing together Valencia and Stromboli. Okay, looking like Picasso's done some sort of something on my face. I'm gonna use my damp beauty blender to blend it all out. I always go back to my beauty blender, like I'll always go and try a brush just to mix up my life a little bit. I'll use a brush and every time I just enjoy a beauty blender, I just enjoy it. As well, I feel like with brushes, you get those sort of like brush marks, brush lines. And I always feel as though I need to go in with a beauty blender after anyway, just to make sure that it's all like really pressed in. Otherwise, I feel like it's sort of sat on my skin. Whereas a beauty blender actually sort of like pushes it into your skin, just melts it in so much better in my opinion. So once all that is pretty much in my skin, locked, we'll move on to concealer. So I'm going to use Tarte Shape Tape. I'm liking a bright under eye at the moment, so we'll go with this. I like to bring that lighter concealer all the way up to this temple area, just to clean it up, and it just makes you look more like feline. So all blended out. I like to bring it just right under my cheekbone as well. So I'm going to bake my under eyes, the Laura Mercier translucent powder. Oh god, I've dropped that everywhere. Again, use my beauty blender. Literally, I will use this for every single bit that I can possibly. So this just really helps to melt the loose powder into your under eyes rather than just pressing it in and it's sitting on your skin again. Under eye, let's do the under eye while that's sitting and baking. So for the under eye, what am I thinking? First shade I'm going to go in with is the Dirty Tan shade, so the bronzy shade that we used first off. More of a definer brush and going in with that warrior shade. And I'm just going to start pressing in the like outer 3/4 of my eye first. Okay, so I'm going to brush off that bake now with a Real Techniques setting brush. So when you're doing this, you want to make sure that you're brushing it all outwards to make sure that you're getting rid of all the eyeshadow underneath your eye. Using the same bronze that I used on my eye, this is the MAC Mineral Skin Finish and a Zoeva Luxe Cheek brush, and just using this to bronze up my skin a little bit. What I'm doing with this bronzer as well, when I get to my temples, is I am basically blending this in with my shadow. So I'll take the brush and blend it through my brow so that it's all cohesive. Cohesive, look at me using big words on YouTube. My little hair. Like I'm from Whoville. Grinch eyes, Whoville hair. Maybe that's what we'll call it. Grinch makeup. Again, going through my brow, making sure that's all blended together. Like so. And then I'm just going to take that on the tip of my nose. So using this little eyeshadow brush, I'm just using that to define my nose right at the top where it goes into the brow. I'm literally just buffing it like into the front of my brow and the front of that shadow. Like that. So now for blush. I love a little bit of blush. And just bring it right up and back. I love a lot of blush as well. I know some people find it a bit intimidating, but... Okay, so then I'm using the Laura Geller Gilded Honey Highlight. This is a super nice golden undertone. I'm just using very small little circular motions again. A little bit there. Cupid's bow. Just in my inner corners as well to brighten them up. Brows, you've got to be getting bored of seeing brows now. I'm not sure if people find it boring watching brows. Like, I feel like it's the most boring part to watch, but I thoroughly enjoy doing the brows. So I'm using again the Fancy Academy brow pencil, and I'm just starting right at the base of the brows and just flicking up. This is actually the shade dark brown, I think. Okay. I cannot bear to look at myself with no lip product on anymore, so let's go with that. I need to tell you a really sad, terrible story. I have lost my Morphe Sweet Tea liner. I've lost it. It's gone. I don't know where I've lost it, but that's heartbreaking because, well, just because it's heartbreaking, but mainly because it's always out of stock. So I can't get another one. So like, my lip days are over, do you know what I mean? Put them in the bin. You know what I'm going to use? I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Hepburn Honey, because this is a really nice like browny nude. I think it will look nice with this eye. Fenty Gloss Bomb. I will use this until the day I die. I'll stand here and tell you that now. You heard it here first. Do you know when I'm dead, put Fenty Gloss Bomb on me in my grave. Literally. As long as I've got Fenty Gloss Bomb, I'm not bothered. Why can I not possibly put mascara on my bottom lashes without opening my mouth? Right, it's a proper mad question that. I'm just going to do my hair again with you so you can see how I do my... I think I'm just going to keep it slick back and up in a bun, but a bit more neater than it was before. I'm not the best at hair, so I'll not be doing hair tutorials, but just scraping all of that back so I look like an absolute pea. And then I'm twisting the rest of my hair and wrapping it around itself. And once it's in place on top of my head, worst hair tutorial ever. Literally. Like that. I like these bits to kind of stick out as well. Just going to take some hairspray and a little spoolie. Spray the spoolie with hairspray. This is what I do when I've not got my gel. And then I'm just going to lay back. These actual attention to details I feel like make all the difference. Like, it just doesn't look slick enough when you just leave it to do its own thing. this concludes the entire look. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know what you think in the comments so that I can get a little bit of feedback. Let me know if there's any more videos that you want to see, what you want me to do. I'll see you all in my next video. Maybe. Possibly.